Chat GPT to do research on the top cryptos it thought had potential to 100x next bull run. And the results were interesting. If you don't know what 100x means, it just means if you were to stick $1,000 into an investment like this and it were to 100x, your $1,000 would now be worth $100,000. To start this experiment, I paid for Chat GPT Plus so that I could get the new web browsing feature and have Chat GPT access the internet. Then I asked Chat GPT to list the top crypto projects it thought had the potential to 100x next bull run. And unfortunately, with this prompt, the projects that Chat GPT gave me were pretty bad. So I decided instead to use something called Agent GPT for this experiment. Agent GPT is a really insane AI tool that can deploy AI agents for a range of tasks. It's kind of like Chat GPT on steroids, and it can carry out a really complex set of tasks all on its own. My AI agent quickly got to work and gave itself its own list of tasks that it needed to accomplish as a part of its research to try to identify the top cryptos that could potentially 100x next bull run. The first thing it did is it started out by looking at the top 25 cryptos by market cap to try to identify, kind of what made them the top cryptos, what made them awesome. It then went on to analyze news articles of new emerging crypto technologies and different crypto projects. It then used technical analysis and expert opinions with all of, the other research it had done to try to identify the projects it thought could 100x. But it didn't even stop there. After that, it went and read through all the white papers of these projects, as well as read through the code base of these projects to make sure they could scale, they didn't have any security issues, and that they were actually innovative. And after that, it went and researched the development team of each project, the historical price performance, and even looked at the regulatory landscape to look for things that could potentially limit the growth. It would have taken me like a week to do all the research that this AI did in like 10 minutes. And after all of that research, it identified 30 different projects that it thought could 100x next bull run. And I prompted it to organize those ideas by most likely to 100x to least likely to 100x. And from that list, I took the top 12 for this video. And number 12, the lowest on the list, is a project called Sentinel. This is a super small crypto at just 5 million in market cap, and its aim is to create VPN applications that enable censorship-resistant and private internet access. Honestly, this one I didn't personally like that much myself. Giving it just like a brief look through, it just didn't seem that interesting to me personally. But to be fair, given that it's so small, for it to 100x, it would just need to hit 500 million in market cap, which of course in a bull run would definitely be possible. Lots of ridiculous projects with no use case have hit much higher, and at least Sentinel is a real project with a real use case. Number 11 is Marlin, and its market cap is 71 million, so for it to 100x, it would need to hit 7 billion in market cap, which would make it comparable in size to projects like Litecoin, Tron, and Shiba Inu. Marlin is a DePIN project, or a decentralized physical infrastructure project. It allows serverless backends to host off-chain applications. Basically, giving it a brief look through, it looks similar to things like Storage or Akash. And I'd say this one's definitely possible. If the DePIN sector ends up hitting its stride next bull run, it wouldn't be that insane to see it hit a $7 billion market cap. Number 10 is Doc, and this is another small one at just 14 million in market cap, meaning it would need to hit a market cap of 1.4 billion for it to 100x, putting it comparable to projects like VeChain and Near Protocol. By the way, the numbers I'm comparing to are comparable to the bear market market cap of these projects. During the bull market, these projects were actually much higher. During the bull market, tokens like VeChain were closer to 8 billion in market cap, and I think VeChain is a somewhat decent one to compare Doc to, as they're kind of similar in what they're building. The purpose of Doc is about using the blockchain to verify the authenticity of certain documents. It allows companies and governments to verify that whatever document they have is the authentic real document and it hasn't been forged, which is similar to some aspects of what VeChain is doing. So if VeChain could hit $8 billion during a bull run, it's not crazy to think that Doc could potentially hit $1 billion during a bull run, given that it's somewhat similar. Although, like I've already said, with all of these projects, I've only done a light dive into their white papers and done kind of like a brief look through, so take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Number 9 is SolveCare, and this one as well is pretty small with a market cap of 14 million, meaning also for it to 100x it would need to hit 1.4 billion. And it's a blockchain platform for digital health networks. Honestly, personally, I don't understand this one. I don't understand exactly how it's utilizing the blockchain in a unique or innovative way to revolutionize the healthcare industry. There's things that I could think of in that industry that would be pretty awesome. I don't know that it's really doing any of those things or that it's not. It's kind of confusing reading through the white paper on this one. I would say my gut reaction is I actually don't like this project myself, but again, I really have no idea. I asked Chat GPT why it thought this one was specifically 100x, and this is the answer it gave me. It said Solve has developed a blockchain-based platform for healthcare management, which has a significant potential for disrupting the healthcare industry. I don't really think that's a good answer, but I'm gonna move on. Number 8 is ANKR. ANKR has a market cap of 276 million, meaning it would need to hit $27 billion in market cap for it to 100x. And that's actually pretty large. Even during a bull run, it would need to be comparable in size to things like Polkadot, XRP, Doge, Solana, etc., which seems really unlikely to me. But let's dive into what ANKR actually does. Their tagline is the fastest, most reliable Web3 infrastructure. And they do a lot of things from LSDs to RPCs to APIs and SDKs. Pretty much anything with 3 letters that the average person doesn't understand. They're actually a really cool company and they do really cool things. I just don't personally see what narrative would potentially carry them all the way to 27 billion. I guess like maybe the first one that comes to mind would be they could be like the Google of, Web3 or something like that, because they provide infrastructure and they do so many things. I don't know. I'm kind of just making that one up off the top of my head. I guess maybe there is potentially things that could carry them there. It just seems maybe less likely than some of the other ones, even though I think they're probably the best project that we've mentioned so far. It's just, again, they're already so big that growing to 27 billion is just a lot more difficult. By the way, for anyone interested, as a part of the Obsidian Council, we have monthly research reports on various cryptos and narratives that I'm excited about going into the next bull run. We also have our monthly airdrop guide, the Yield Hunters Guild, which is a library of strategies to put your money to work for you, earning crypto passive income, an entire course on how to farm airdrops, yearly in-person meetups, which we have a beach trip planned for July, and so much more. There's a link in the description if you're interested in joining. All right, now that I'm done with my shameless plug, moving on to number 7. Number 7 is AERGO. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure actually how you pronounce this one. It has a market cap of 48 million, meaning it would need to hit 4.8 billion for it to 100x. I've actually never heard of this one. It describes itself as the blockchain of the world, but it's distinguishing things are all the same things that everyone else lists. It's like, we're faster, we're, cheaper, all the kind of things that like Avalanche, Solana, and these other L1 blockchains, SUI, are constantly competing against ETH on. It's like another one of those things. It's like, hey, we're gonna take on ETH by being faster and cheaper. Which we'll set aside the like technology aspect of it and just say, hey, can we make money on this? Could this potentially hit $4.8 billion in market cap? And I would say probably yes, because it seems like every layer 1, ETH killer that pops up is like, hey, we're gonna take on ETH, ends up skyrocketing in value during a bull run. At least that's what happened last bull run. So potentially this could definitely hit $4.8 billion. That's definitely something that's possible. So as far as could it 100x, I would say probably yes, maybe, potentially, not investment advice. Number 6 is Perisk. Perisk, which is sitting at $17 million in market cap, would need to hit $1.7 billion for it to 100x. It's an API, sorry. It's an API platform for Web3. I don't know why I'm laughing so much at the name. I just don't know how to pronounce it. It's just kind of a weird looking name. It's an API platform for Web3 that kind of feels similar somewhat to something like Chainlink. Even though Chainlink is a completely different thing, I'm just saying like it kind of feels like it fits in maybe the same category. And so maybe in my head, I'm thinking similar growth profile potential. Chainlink is currently sitting at a $3.4 billion market cap. But during the bull run, it hit over $20 billion in market cap. So I'd say it's certainly possible this one could 100x. And out of the list so far, I'd say it's the one with the highest potential. All right, we're in the top 5 now. Number 5 is Telecoin. The market cap for this one is 126 million, meaning it would need to hit 12 billion for it to 100x. And this one, it kind of seems like is maybe a play at MoneyGram. It seems similar sort of in some ways to something like XRP, or kind of like the same kind of use case-ish, sort of. Chat GPT said, Telecoin is a blockchain-based remittance platform that aims to make international transactions faster and cheaper. Its unique feature is the integration with telecom companies, making it accessible to a broader audience. I'm not really sure about this one or even what my opinion is. Number 4 is FERRUM Network, and this one is the smallest one on the list, sitting at just $2 million in market cap, meaning for it to 100x, it needs to just hit 200 million, comparable to something like Gala Games, Ocean Protocol, Golem, and a bunch of different projects. So it's definitely possible this one could 100x if it's, even somewhat decent. The site says that FERRUM is pioneering interoperability 2.0. It also says FERRUM Network is an interoperable L1 network powered by a multi-chain messaging engine designed to communicate and connect with every blockchain blockchain, enabling a frictionless environment for developers to deploy multi-chain dApps and for users to engage in a fully interoperable Web 3.0. Honestly, the site design for this one is really bad, but the kind of concepts that they're talking about are really interesting. I mean, personally, I don't think it'll spring up and come and kill ETH and become, one of the next big blockchains. But do I think just based on the narrative alone, it could eventually end up 100xing? I would probably say yes, in my opinion. And if the team can actually deliver on all the things it's talking about, then that's a 1000x potential. Chat GPT says FERRUM network is a high-speed interoperability network that allows for seamless transactions between different blockchains. It also has a unique staking mechanism that offers high rewards to its users. As the demand for interoperability increases, FERRUM network has the potential to increase in value significantly. Number 3 is Hoj Finance. This one is also really tiny, sitting at just $8 million in market cap, meaning it would need to hit just 800 million for it to 100x. And this one is a Doge spin-off meme coin, and as I don't really trade meme coins myself, I'm gonna just skip straight ahead to what ChatGPT had to say about it. Hoj Finance is a community-driven project that aims to create a decentralized finance ecosystem. Its unique feature is the deflationary mechanism that burns tokens with every transaction, reducing the supply and increasing the value of each token. As the community grows, Hoj Finance has the potential to increase in value. And I don't personally know enough about meme coins to have a real solid opinion on this one. Number 2 is DODO. Sitting at 56 million in market cap, it would need to hit 5 billion for it to 100x. And honestly, I'm actually really confused why this one is in the number 2 slot. While yes, it could potentially, technically maybe 100x, it seems really unlikely to me given the size of the project and kind of what it is. I do think the site design for this one's, somewhat nice. I think it's got some unique features that are really interesting. I just don't see it 100xing anytime soon. There's just a lot of competition for dexes. Uniswap and some of the larger dexes control a lot of market share already. Overall, I just disagree with this one completely. ChatGPT said, Dodo is a decentralized exchange built on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain that offers lower fees and faster transactions than traditional exchanges. It also has a unique feature that offers users price protection from market volatility. As the demand for decentralized exchanges continues to rise, Dodo has the potential to increase in value. Moving on. Lastly, sitting in the number 1 slot, according to ChatGPT, is SERUM. Sitting at a market cap of 21 million, it's extremely small and would just need to hit 2 billion for it to 100x. And this one is another DEX, so maybe ChatGPT knows something or found something during its research process that I don't personally understand or know. But as well, I would not have this one at such a high position. I don't even know if I'd have this one on the list, but I definitely wouldn't have it in the number 1 slot if it was me choosing. This was one of the big projects backed by FTX and Alameda Research. And I didn't agree with this one being in the number 1 slot so much. I actually went through the entire research process again. I reprompted Agent GPT. I went through and had it do the entire list again. And even the second time, after going through everything, it still put this one in the number 1 slot. ChatGPT said it chose this one for number 1 because SERUM is a decentralized exchange built on the Solana blockchain, which offers fast and low-cost transactions. It has a unique order book design that allows for high liquidity and low latency trading. With the increasing demand for decentralized exchanges, SERUM has potential to increase in value significantly. I don't know anything about its unique order book design, so maybe I'm missing something here, and maybe there really is something super innovative and ChatGPT discovered a hidden gem that we've all overlooked and has collapsed in price because of its association in the past with FTX and Alameda Research. I know Solana was also heavily associated with them, but it's its own separate thing. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on this one. We'll just have to look back on this video in a couple of years and see how well ChatGPT was able to predict things. And let me know in the comments what you think. If you think that ChatGPT did a good job, it picked good projects, if you think it messed up, if you think you would reorder them in some way and maybe kind of switch some out. Let me know what you think. I'm always interested to hear your guys' ideas. And as always, none of this is investment advice. None of this is me telling you or to buy into these projects. This is just me doing a fun experiment, showing you the results that I got from the experiment and then giving you my personal opinion on those results. If this video is helpful, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, but you got to also hit the little bell next to it to be notified each time I release new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.